Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. In week 4 we're going to be looking at chapter 2 and you have a discussion due this week. Now I think you'll like this week because we're starting to build on these balance sheets, what we're trying to evaluate. And I think it'll be important to look at various types of balance sheets, what people manipulate on those balance sheets, because a lot of people don't realize the importance of those and what they're reflecting. So I think those will be interesting to look